Miss Matty becomes a mother. Matty and the modern world. The internal combustion engine from iron ore to finished steel, petrochemicals, oil to petroleum to plastic to paint, nowhere for bodily fluids, this the stuff of a dead biology, a bygone time, lost, without gender, sex or love, only production and machinery, the minds of economics and money, science and sand, rational and irrational as the chaos of weather, ferocity of a climate somehow less than human, yet human in the making, in the work, skill, time and energy. Is this a male or female thing, or just a thing, free of people's plans, just necessities for progress and destruction, creation of void, but even within the void there are spaces, places for women, men and children to live. Matty, exotic and Scottish. Matty sleeps well, women of apparitions, auras, force fields, folk dances, magnetic flux, dangerous drugs. Matty melts into a female Aztec tribe lost in a long-forgotten corner of rainforest. Her nerve fluids breathe in spine and skull, telling her of other spaces, parallel times, places where dreams are alive, where love flows timeless, pulses through space in infinite shapes from spiraling helix to dodecahedron and back into creation myths, the rhythm of dance, flood of the moon, expansion of stars, and children of the 60s play political science, cosmic harps, social control, street games. These children pose as scientific gods, towering above the myth of dream, drumstruck, dream speak, from Newton to Einstein and back to the dreams of the first breathing woman, back to Miss Matty. Spirit. Matty has no religion but her own wild faith in sad humanity and the vision of her dreams, day, night, dawn, dusk, pipe, heart, wet, drumming, rainwater dreams, blind faith and insight, brighter than daytime eyes. What religious irreligion, such as the spirit of Matty. Fluids. Matty thinks she's some kind of shaman Mother Earth fuck good witch, you don't come the cunt with her. That's the flavour of her juices, rich of the earth, of the dark soil of the earth, of the crimson blood of the earth, of the sweating, degrading decay of the earth, molten and flowing, metamorphic and volcanic, brutal, burning and exotic to her paltry human skin. Matty's alright but, cool and tough but, just like a woman. That's how I think about the woman Matty, then what she'd see if she looked at me now with her prophetess eyes that melt your bones. She knows how men like to look at women, and how to look back at men, right into their eyes, as if there was religious depth in the iris. Ignore the whites, it always has to be the iris, rich with life colour blue and weeping green, precious emerald, brown and common as muck, but therein an ocean of creation, wild colours not often found, unless you look long into the iris. Never mind, if Matty looked at me now she'd say, fuck that Jim, shave and take a bath, and that's what I would do, for bathing is sacred, so I'd ask her to come in that bath with me, splash water on my back and shave my old grey beard away. Go on, she'd ask, what's your favourite punctuation mark? I'd muse on the stupidity of the question and the fun of it, come on her milky white teeth as if it had meaning. My fluids too, perhaps, are of the earth, the soil and rock, volcano, earthquake, rainforest, desert, impotent unless you know where to look. Ah, Matty, electric, shocking, lover that you were. Nightclubbing. Matty has her faults like everybody else. Goes to Diane's club with her girlfriend Lou. Eat off their tits, they dance barefoot in a love-filled trance, roll up their trousers over their thighs, spin around, sing, and kisses and smiles fix their lipstick all the time. They go for vegetarian pizza twice in one night, always with extra ripe black olives. Drink vodka, red stripe Guinness, goblets of red wine, white wine. Take contraceptive precautions just in case they want to fuck a man or two. Matty and Lou are wild women out in the town. Perhaps this isn't a fault at all. Drought and its opposite. Where it is dead dry, without water and blood, oil and lava, without the flow that lets things move, live, breathe, be themselves, in themselves and of themselves, being as a storm. A storm is only half itself without the rushing rains, destroying and remaking life anew. With dryness comes death, desert crawling over the corpse, corrupt, sterile, shifting quartz, its Arab momentum letting nothing new flourish, grow as itself, in itself, of itself, free. Drought is the opposite of freedom. It grates against life and its ugliness and horror. It grates against life's beauty and despair. Drought is the opposite of freedom, homophobic fascist torture of all that might flower. So essential, water of hope, blood of optimism, all fluid things spiralling on between the moment, second of birth, instant of death. So essential, so wet, so filling the void. So fucking what, says Matty. This is not my concern. My interest is love. I am history and the future. I am the effervescent present. My interest is love, liquid love cascading through my earthquaking cunt, pumping in my heart, streaming through my clitoris, womb, flesh, in waves inside and out. Not the definite dry deadness of the definite article the, but movement, sense it, spin. Pregnant. Matty is pregnant, cures morning sickness with herbal remedies, has given up sex, smoking, drink and drugs, sits out by the canal in spring sun reading Dostoevsky, Leonard Cohen, Janice Galloway. Matty knows the trick, like Miss Galloway, but is luckily still sane, breathes deep and easy, lets her belly grow, her breast expands. People row up and down the canal, laughter and voices and water breaking under the oars. Her father liked the water too, sailing and swimming, spinning under and up in his canoe. Sunday is her favourite day to sit, so busy with boats and mothers with children, and fathers looking somehow bewildered, as if the women could send them a message of wisdom, tell them telepathically what they are for. Somehow fathers don't know anymore. Matty grows, speaks always to her child inside, and grows again till her water breaks, brings to the world a new flood of life. Out into this world, tiny little thing. No sooner has the pain gone, she revels in founders, in vibrancy and doubt. Her mind a moody trapeze, retreats to the void for solace and strength. Her own sadness, somewhere buried mind deep, a strange emptiness. This vacuum between the stars, void space lacking even stellar dust. But every day the everyday practical tasks of living overtake time with cooking and washing and feeding and changing and talking and teaching. There is no place for the void to go but live in the cage of Matty's mind, and there it stays, contrary, like a coiled snake, asleep. Matty contemplates a silence. This groundwork takes too long. Elites are alive, consuming now the quiet water. Silence seems content to contain its own demise, show as ads for freedom and doubt, the eradication thereof. She turns, strangely smiling, slips her raw, erect nipple into her son's little mouth. This is all the pleasure that's left. Hope it works. What's the difference between one void and another? What silence? What silence? What